Hi, my name's Tori and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show how I make infused oils, which you can use for medicine or skincare purposes.
So first, let's say what you need is you're going to need your dried herbs, and there's a few different ones you can have. This is calendula in this picture here. You can get a coffee grinder or blender to grind up the herbs smaller if you want. You don't have to do that. I did that one time and I don't think I'm going to do it again, but I will show that in the video. You also need olive oil. Don't want extra virgin. I just accidentally got that because it was on sale and so it was cheap. I used also 190 proof alcohol from the liquor store. You can use any high percentage alcohol in some mason jars. You're going to need a scale because you want to measure everything by weight. Labels, really important. You don't want to leave it up to guessing. Okay, so first things first, I'm measuring out my dried herb, and I'm going to start with my arnica. So I'm going to put my arnica into the jar. I'm going to do 2 ounces of dried herb for this jar. Okay, so next I'm going to add about half an ounce alcohol per ounce, so 1 ounce total. Shake it up really well. I really want to mix that alcohol in with the herb so it's all covered. This is going to extract some of the properties a little bit more strongly, and after I mix it, let it set. Okay, so we're going to go into calendula now. For calendula, we don't use any alcohol. Is not needed. We're just going to pour the oil directly onto the herb when we're done weighing it out, but we are still going to do the same kind of ratio. So in this jar, I'm going to just put all the calendula I have left from last season, and it's about 1 ounce. So I was just weighing it, and I found I had about 1 ounce. So that tells me how much oil I should use. Okay, so the ratio for 1 ounce of plant matter is you should have about 8 ounces of your oil. And so unfortunately what happened is, since mine wasn't small, I had to put more oil to cover all the plant matter. It should all be submerged, but that's really okay. The ratio is sort of like a guideline, but don't put too much alcohol if you are using this, but if you do put more oil, that should be fine. It's not going to hurt you or anything. It just might be a little bit less strong. Now I'm going to do some chamomile as well. I really like chamomile infused oils. They really help my skin. And then lastly, I'm trying a new one I haven't done before, and this is lavender infused oil. I'm really excited because I am loving the scent of lavender lately, and so I'm wondering if this is going to have any of that scent in it, but we'll see. Okay, so we're going to grind some herbs now. I'm just going to show you that process. You can grind them as small as you want, honestly. It's going to make your oil more strongly infused, but they are hard to strain out the smaller they are. So that's just a warning. I have done it both ways now, and I definitely prefer not to grind it anymore. I would say the most important thing is labeling your stuff. You do not want to forget 6 weeks from now what's in there, or if it even has been 6 weeks because you didn't write the date down. I've done this before several times, and especially if you grind the herbs, it's going to be really hard to remember what it is. That will all look the same. I'll share a label below that is going to apply to infused oils, and you can get it for free from me. The one I had is actually an old tincture one, but I wanted to use them up. So you're going to wait about 24 hours when you're doing the alcohol intermediary. And after the 24 hours is up, you're going to be able to add the oil to your infusion. And you don't need to like try to get rid of the alcohol or anything. You're just going to leave it there and pour the oil on top of everything. And like I said, you're going to use about 8 ounces of oil for every ounce of plant matter. But if you wind up with a little more than that, it's perfectly fine. So in this one, I had like 2 ounces. So I was trying to go for about 16 ounces of oil, but it wasn't covering everything I had. So you want to make sure all the plant matter is covered in oil. And that's sort of where the grinding the plant matter down can come into play. If you do grind it down and powder it, it is going to be a lot easier to get the correct proportions. But I guess I just found that I would rather have a herbal oil that's slightly less strong and is not giving me a massive headache to filter out later on when I do go to filter out that plant matter. So as soon as you finish any of your oil infusions, make sure you start labeling it if you haven't already, because you don't want to forget when you made it and then not know if it's been 6 weeks or not. After about 6 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks is when you will be straining out the plant matter and your oil will be ready for use. So you don't want to lose track of that. And you also just want to remember everything that you did so that there's no confusion. That's why I write the oil I used as well. When you're finished, don't store your oils into the sunlight. A lot of people use sunlight infused oil. Sunlight is going to increase the oxidation of the oil and cause it to go rancid more quickly. So I wouldn't recommend doing that regardless. And when you're finished with the 6 to 8 weeks, you're going to just simply strain out the plant matter. I just use a mesh strainer first, and then I use a coffee filter if there's still plant material in the oil. Okay, so I hope this video helped you and you learned something new. And feel free to ask any questions or comments in the comment section, and have a great day. Thank you.